Hey guys, John from Blacklist Yugioh here with another deck profile. Today we have Deskbots. This is probably one of the most underrated decks ever. I mean, if people just don't know about it and they don't notice it and it goes off and they lose. You put like so much damage on board, up to like 24,000 or some crazy number, and sometimes your opponent can't even respond. So let's just get right into it. To start off, I play one Deskbot 1. He's the tuner. He's actually really good. He recycles himself whenever 2 or more are summoned. So if you get off a 4 effect, or if you machine dupe, it just comes out for free, and then do your attack and then make a synchro. So he's really good. He comes up a lot. I've been debating running 2, but 1 seems to be the best because it's searchable and you only need to play 1. Up next we play 3 Deskbot 2s. This is one of the best cards in the deck. This is the Searcher. Every time it's special summoned, just search 1 Deskbot card, so you can search base if you don't want to search a monster if you don't need to. It's just such a great card. And usually you machine dupe this and make something like a Sky Cavalry Centaria or Gachi Gachi. So yeah, 3 2s, you have to run it at 3. Up next, best card in the deck, in my opinion, Deskbot 3. This is the crazy one. Whenever he's normal summoned, special summon a card for free. So you go normal this and then special a 2 or something, and then search for your other scale that you don't have, or so that you could pendulum and just do some crazy stuff. So yeah, I mean, this card's insane. He gives any Deskbot on the field 500 attack for each Deskbot card. It includes scales and the field spell. So if you have like 5 monsters and both pendulum zones and base on board, you're going to be putting so much damage on. Up next, we run 3 Deskbot 4s. You got this guy out usually whenever you can't get over something. Pretty much, if you don't have 3 on board and you don't have 4 on board or in hand, you're going to be at a disadvantage because your guys aren't that big. So 4 is really good. Whenever he kills something, special summon 2 with different names from the hand or grave and bring back a 2 or something else for recursion. It's a really neat play. You can special or kill with 4 and then special the 6 and then another 4 and then use 6 to change the 4 to attack position and kill another monster, which is really good. Up next, we have 3 of Deskbot 5. This is such a good card. Whenever he dies in the pendulum zone, just special summon another Deskbot for free. So pop it with base or something and get back a 2 for a search. You could just net so much advantage. But most importantly, he's a level 5 machine, so he can go into infinity really easily. If you machine dupe him or something, just go into infinity and just make first turn infinity with Trish or something crazy. Next up, we play 3 Deskbot 6. You can cut this down to 2 if you want. I like it at 3 because you could change the positions, and it's probably the best 1 scale. He's just a pretty good card, and then when he dies, he gets cards back to your hand. Up next, we have 2 Deskbot 7s, and I play 2 7s and 2 8s. These guys are okay. You really don't see them in the monster zone too much, but if you do, like, their effects are insane. 7, your stuff can't be destroyed by battle, and 8 can attack twice, which is really relevant, because if you boost them up with 3, you can just go bang, bang, but you just kill everything. So if you have 2 7s on board, your Deskbots can't even be destroyed, which is insane. Lastly, we played 2 9s for the last of the Deskbots. I would play 1, but I think the second one is just so valuable, because like if your opponent has a huge monster on board, you can dump this with 4, but usually you want to save your 9 for free summon off 3 or search. So 9's pretty good. This is the reason why I play this deck. He is the one, he gains all the attack, and then he attacks, and your opponent cannot respond pretty much at all, which is insane. Stops all battle phase effects pretty much during the damage calculation. So you can't die in Magic Cylinder anymore, I guess, and pretty much it's just such a good card. It's really easy to go into base too, which can also net you more advantage, making base more relevant. Now for the non-Deskbot monsters, we played 2 Manko. You can play 3 if you want. I like 2. I don't know if you can machine dupe it if you want and go into rank 4s, but this is mostly just to save you until you get your 3s or 4s in hand. 2 Max Cs because it's the best hand trap with the format next to Effective Ailer and Ghost Ogre. So yeah, I mean, it's 2. It's pretty standard. Then we play 1 Gen X Ally. This guy is really good because If you normal summon the 2, if you don't have anything else in your machine, dupe them. You get your stuff, search your scales, pop the one that you normal summon back to your hand, and then pen summon it out with some other stuff, and then you just search and search and search and search, which is just so much more card economy over your opponent. Now for the spells, we play 3 base. Some people play 2. 3's, it's just the best. This card is so good. It has the draw effect of Cosmo Town. It gives your stuff 500, which actually stacks up pretty insanely with Deskbot 9. So, and it counts as another Deskbot name for 3. So yeah, this card's just pretty good, and especially helps eliminate bricky hands. We play 3 machine dupes. You gotta play 3. Some people play 2, but 3 is just so good because pretty much everything in your deck is less than 500 at all times except for 1, unless you have base or something on board. So machine dupe just steals games, helps you OTK. Now we got 2 twin twisters. You can afford to discard stuff in this deck. As long as it isn't any major combo pieces, this card is usually pretty alive, which is cool. Play 1 Regeki. It's just board clear to go for the OTK. Limiter removal. This card comes up so much, especially against like Monarch, stuff that brings out Majesty's Fiend. Just make an exceed like Infinity or something, and then just attack and limiter removal to get over the Majesty's Fiend, which really hurts this deck. But I don't know. You know, this card is just so good. It just helps push for so many OTKs, and he could help you get up to 24k with Deskbot 9. 1 reasoning, you'd play 3 if you could. This card's just so good because your opponent can barely ever call it right. Free special summon, get the 2, get whatever you need. Instant fusion for Norden. Not many people run this, but I kind of like it because you could help go into more synchro plays, which I like doing. Going to Trish a lot easier. Yeah, I don't know. This card could come out, but it's overall just pretty good. Next up for the 2 traps, we just play Solemn Warning and Trap Bottomless. They're just 2 pretty good traps that you need. Next up for the extra deck, we play 1 Gachi Gachi. This should be Sky Cavalry. Mine just isn't coming to the mail yet. 1 Girgant X. Make this with 4. Make this with whatever. Just get you the search. Castel if you need it. 101 if you need it. You really don't go in your extra deck too much, but when you do, you go into it really hard. Up next, we play the Infinity combo. Kind of need it. Big Eye if you want to go into it. You never go into this card, but I had space. Herald of the Arclight. This card's actually pretty relevant. Stops stuff. Actually hurts Burning Abyss and some other decks pretty well, so pretty good. Samsara, don't play this if you have space. Nat Beast. This card's insane. Stops pendulums. You can go into it like all the time. It's just overall really good. Black Rose. You usually don't like to blow up your own field, but if you have to, this card's okay. Ignister, because you can go into it, stop your scales and shuffle cards. It's just pretty good. And Trish. Go into this so much with 4s and 1s. It's just one of the best cards in the extra deck. Despot Jet to help you loot more, and Norden to get you back into your bring your graveyard back to life. So that's pretty much it. If you guys have any comments or suggestions, leave it in the comments below. Alright, thanks guys.
You went into power saving mode, but it still looks like it's recording.
Yeah,
so.
it's still recording.
Yeah, you can turn it off. I don't want to break.
Olivia win anything?
Olivia win.